I shot a multi-million property real estate video on a DJI Pocket 3 to prove the point that the most important factor in the quality of the final video is not how fancy camera and lenses you use, but understanding about framing, composition, lighting, and how to get the best out of this amazing little camera. Because the Pocket 3 is both a camera and a gimbal, you get very good 4K resolution, a very capable 1-inch sensor, and an integrated 3-axis gimbal. With little to no time to set up, you can start capturing amazing looking footage from any property in a matter of seconds. But just because you get so much in such a tiny body, doesn't mean that you can just whip up the camera and everything is gonna look amazing. You still need to set up the Pocket 3 correctly, sticking to the 180-degree rule, choose carefully your framing and composition, and because you film in rooms, interiors, and enclosed spaces, this is now the perfect time for having a wider lens adapter. The 20mm is a good all-rounder, but you're gonna find that it's not enough for this type of filming. You want to see as much of the rooms or the properties as you can, and having a 16mm wide-angle lens like the one from Freewell makes a huge difference. I mostly use tilt lock as my gimbal mode because usually you want to create something that looks professional. Any kind of wacky shots like spin or in shot mode are not good for this type of filming, and the follow mode, unless there is a reason for tilting up or down, it's a mode that can be a bit distracting for your viewer. In my opinion, it's best to keep the horizon level and record clean and professional video because this is what sells a property. And this is where understanding about lighting comes very handy because you are going to have to make a conscious decision as to how you deal with the light that is coming from outside through the windows. The light from the sun is much brighter than any interior bulbs, and your interior is always going to be a lot darker than the outside. Most properties have windows, so you need to decide first what time of the day you want to film at, and second, whether you want to feature the windows in the shot, and also whether you want to feature the outside in your shot. For instance, if you decide to film a sunrise or sunset to capture the golden hour, the brightness levels of the light coming through the windows is not going to be anywhere near as bright as if you do it at midday. This may be a look that your client wants, and if that is the case, then great. Make sure that you capture wide shots as well as close-ups, details of furniture and features that you can add in your edit, and keep movement to slow and controlled pace. And obviously make sure that you film the outside. Now, the most likely thing is that you're gonna have to film that property during daytime at working hours, so regardless of whether it's a sunny day with clear skies or a cloudy and miserable looking day, the light coming through those windows is a lot brighter than any interior lighting. If you're exposed to the interior, which is the right thing to do, your windows are gonna be blown out. You need to either draw the curtains and block any external light coming in, accept that the windows are gonna be pure white, or frame those windows out so that you don't see them in your frame. Your video ultimately is trying to sell a property, so if you film a sunrise or sunset, you might just be able to get both interior and exterior looking good in frame. But the chances of that happening in real life are slim to none. If you're exposed to the outside lighting, your interior is gonna be way too dark, so you need to find a middle ground. And this is where lighting comes into play, because if you want to feature the outside view through the window, or the garden, the patio, whatever is outside, you need to bring the brightness level inside to match that one outside. And it is as simple as that, essentially. You need to find a way to brighten up the interior so that when you're exposed to the brights, it matches the brightness levels coming from the outside. I use this Xeon light because they're small and compact and actually have very good output. The 300-watt light can go up to 500 watts, which is often more than enough. And they even have a cheaper 500-watt light that is also more than enough. And when it comes to how or where to put the lights, I have a couple of suggestions. Most of the times you want soft lighting because that is gonna give you the easiest light to work with, and you don't need to worry about harsh shadows in furniture, tables, bed frames, and so on. If you turn on any of these LED lights, the light is gonna be hard and you're gonna be getting harsh shadows. Now, that might be a creative look and decision that you make, but ultimately you are there to create a video that sells a property, not the next Tim Burton movie. You need to get the simplest and most pleasant look, and for that you're gonna need a softbox. but not a parabolic one because that is too concentrating in a particular spot. But a lantern. If you use a lantern, you're gonna get a really nice soft lighting that you can easily control and move around. And this is what's so great about a lantern, because you can place it off camera and it's gonna give you a really nice soft light that is gonna brighten up an entire room. And it goes without saying that you want to make sure that you never see that light in your frame. Now, if you don't have a lantern, that could well be the case. You just need to point the light to a wall or a ceiling, and because most of the times they're painted white, the light will bounce off the wall or the ceiling and it's gonna give you a really nice soft light. This is also a very good option if the space of the room is tight and having a lantern is not practical because it's gonna take up too much space and it's gonna make framing the shot pretty much impossible. And when it comes to movement and how to get the most amazing looking shots, try to mix it up and have a wide range of shots. Don't just film everything pushing in or tracking in. I mean, yes, do your tracking shots, but then do some crane up shots. Maybe some of the rooms you do side reveal shots. Do some creative shots, fit in the Pocket 3 maybe through an object. Use your creativity to create a number of different shots that when you edit them together, they look amazing. And remember that if you do any crane up or side reveal shots from behind a column or an object to reveal a room, always focus on manual and to the end frame and try to engage the lock mode, because that's going to allow you to keep the shot straight with no distractions of any kind, and keep the movement slow and controlled. And your footage is going to look absolutely amazing because you're not trying here to create the next Hollywood creative blockbuster. You're trying to sell a property, and to do that you need clean and simple shots that look nice on camera. If you follow the tips that I've given you in this video, you're gonna be making videos for your business that are gonna be so much better than anything your competition makes and will impress your potential buyers, which is ultimately what you want. If you expose and frame correctly, I can guarantee you that almost nobody will ever notice whether you shot it on a Pocket 3 or on a $10,000 camera. And this is just one of over 70 lessons that you can find in my DJI Beginner to Pro course. And I teach you in just 14 days everything that you need to know to create stunning and professional looking videos. And I know that it might sound too good to be true, but if you follow my program, in less than 2 weeks, you're gonna be creating amazing looking videos for your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or any social media platform or general content creation. And the best part is that the course costs less than that gym membership you never use. So if this is something interesting to you, I would love to see you inside. Click in the link below and I'll see you around.